While the Su-34 is primarily designated as a strike fighter, its air-to-air combat capabilities are in many ways superior to those of the single-engine Western jets and a far better match for those fielded by the Chinese People's Liberation Army. The Hellduck is capable of deploying R-27ER and R-77 air-to-air missiles, which provide 130 km and 110 km engagement ranges respectively, superior to the latest AIM-120C developed for America's elite F-35 and F-22 next-generation jets, restricted to a 105 km engagement range. The Gripen and F-16C jets are restricted to a relatively short 75 km engagement range using the older AIM-120B, which, considering fighters' lack of stealth and the far longer ranges of Chinese air-to-air missiles, such as the 100 km range PL-12, means the Western-made jets can be easily detected and neutralized long before they reach a range at which they can retaliate. Alongside its advanced munitions, the Su-34 inherits advanced air-to-air combat capabilities from the Su-27 flanker air superiority, from which its airframe is derived. The Hellduck's advanced electronic warfare capabilities and high maneuverability and speed make it extremely survivable in beyond visual range engagements and strike missions. The Kibani, SAP-14 and SAP-518 electronic warfare systems reportedly allow the Hellduck to disappear from enemy radars, a valuable asset, allowing it to engaging Chinese fighters or the multi-layered air defense networks deployed by its warships should Manila need to deploy force to protect its claims in the South China Sea. While highly capable in air-to-air combat, this remains a secondary defensive function of the Hellduck, and the fighter is considerably more capable in long-range strike roles, either against ground targets or in a maritime strike role. With the capabilities of the country's existing Korean-built Ki-T-50 light jets having proven more than sufficient to counter insurgent groups, and with these jets being considerably easier and cheaper to operate than those planned for future acquisitions, it is likely that the Su-34's main function in Filipino hands will be as a maritime strike platform. With a combat radius of over 1,100 kilometers, over double that of the F-16, the Hellduck can protect Filipino interests far out at sea, well beyond the reaches of the fighting Falcon and Gripen. Unique modifications to further the platform's effectiveness in a maritime strike role include a pressurization system that allows operation at altitudes of up to 10 kilometers without oxygen masks, and room for the fighter's crew members to stand and move around the cabin, features normally found only on long-range bombers. These specializations are well suited to precise the role the Philippines Armed Forces require. The Su-34 further stands out in the nature of its standoff anti-ship munitions, which allow it to target enemy warships at sea, far beyond the retaliation range of their air defenses, including the latest surface-to-air missiles deployed by China's Type 055 destroyers. The Hellduck's specialized anti-ship systems have few peers in the world and are a potentially game-changing asset for the balance of power in parts of the South China Sea claimed by the Philippines. While anti-ship missiles deployed by Western aircraft are mostly subsonic and lack the survivability of Russian-made systems, the Su-34 can deploy the Mach 3 KH-41, the Mach 3.5C skimming KH-31A, and the 300 km range KH-35 UNP-800 Onyx. The ramjet-powered P-800 and subsonic Kh-35 would allow the Philippines to target enemy warships up to 1,400 kilometers away from its coasts, more than enough to strike warships across much of the South China Sea beyond Taiwan and as far as Shanghai. These would thus provide the small Southeast Asian state with a lethal and highly asymmetric asset against a PLA navy and ensure an unprecedented level of maritime security. While the Su-34's maintenance costs are slightly higher than those of the F-16 or Gripen, its far lower acquisition costs than the Swedish fighter and its considerably superior combat performance make it an ideal platform to modernize the country's currently negligible aerial warfare and maritime strike capabilities. Should the Philippines seek a lethal and highly cost-effective new platform ideally suited to its current defense needs vis-a-vis its territorial dispute with China, the Su-34 appears to be the perfect fit.